Hey guys, welcome back to Sulu Luxe Life. I am Sulu Luna, and if you enjoy making these simple things luxury, then subscribe to the channel. And if you are a returning viewer, then hello love. More love to you. For today's video, it's going to be a Q&A / get ready with me. My birthday's coming up, so I want to experiment with a few looks, and I thought it would be very fun to not only answer a few questions that I got from Instagram, but also experiment with looks that I want to do for my birthday. So if this is a look that you are interested in trying, or if you just want to hear the questions and the answers, then keep on watching. So I was supposed to have my art video be the video that I do my Q&A, but because I made that art piece so quickly, it ended up being a 3-minute video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I have 7 questions for my Q&A that I got. Thank you to those who helped out. Okay, let me see what the first question is. Okay, I don't even know how to answer the first question. So the first question is, what was your first piece of art designer that made you fall in love with art? First piece, honestly, since I was little, I really liked art, being like creative. I remember being like, I think maybe 5 years old and receiving a little art desk and being so excited for that. My mom put me in art classes while we were living in Puerto Rico, and I got to learn how to do graphite art. Once the art teacher felt that you were good enough, he will move you to pastels, and then once he felt that you were good enough in pastels, he will move you to acrylic, and once he felt like you were good enough, you could either move on to do either chalk pastels, you could do calligraphy. I decided to go to calligraphy. I did not stick it through with calligraphy. I went back to painting acrylic. That was the first medium that I learned how to do. And my mom actually still has a few paintings that I did when I was a kid. I did the 3 wise men, and he ended up completing it because I did not finish it. I didn't like how it was coming out, but he ended up putting more details to it, and my mom has it hung up whenever it's the holidays. What is the first fashion design item that I fell in love with? Manolo Blahnik, because I would watch Sex and the City. That was the first designer that I really fell in love with, and I didn't know it at the time, but the very first designer bag that I was obsessed with was the Celine luggage tote. So not the small one, the big one. But as an adult, I really like the small one. It's really spacious. That's actually one of my dream bags at the moment. Those were like the designers. As far as art, like, I just like anything that you can be very creative and freeing in. And I feel like with fashion, you should take pride in your clothes. And I think that Sex and the City definitely played a huge part in my love for fashion. I just like how Carrie, the character, she expressed herself in fashion, and I really want to emulate that in real life. I like for my fashion to mean something, and even though right now it's very neutral colors, monochromatic, I'm just trying to build up just a staple. Like, it's now that I'm figuring out what are things that I like and what are things that I don't like. Have you ever experienced a block to where you weren't able to be creative for a while? Yes. There was like a period where I was like not creating. And I think when I was in that little period, that little funk, like that's when I was like my saddest. And I just hadn't been like drawing, painting. It's been a while since I've really sat down and created art. I think that once the pandemic happened is when I started picking up art again. I had a little art shop for a bit, and I tried to make art vlogs just to keep myself accountable but I wasn't really gaining a lot of traction doing that. And now I just keep my art to myself. And I'm like, what? I feel like a lot of things got in. Like a lot of different factors played a part, because there was a period where all the YouTube I would see would be art vlogs and art shops, and I was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. And I felt discouraged, if I'm being really honest. I felt discouraged from posting art, and it kind of just trickled down to me not creating. And then once I started working nights again, I didn't really give myself time, or I didn't prioritize creating anymore. It sucks, but it's life. So me starting my new job, there's periods where I have time to just wait, and we're not allowed on our phones. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna doodle. And they gave me a whole bunch of like little office supplies. I started sketching on the sticky note, and I was like, every day I'm gonna try to see if I have enough time. At first I started doing it like every day I'm gonna see if I have enough time to sketch something before the work picks back up. I would sketch in a little sticky note, and everything would be based off memory, because again, I couldn't be on my phone. I can't really use the internet other than for working purposes. So I would just sketch by memory. And I'm really happy and grateful that I wasn't allowed to use my phone, because prior to that, I would always need a reference in order to sketch. And because that forced me to actually just think and just do a lot of trial and error. And I've come to a point with my art that I don't need to, like, I'm not attached to it. Like, I'm okay with letting it go. I think I had a problem with that earlier on in my like artist journey, that I was very attached to my work. When I graduated high school, I was in the art club, and I had all these paintings that I was so proud of. And for my graduation, I had, family members that came in. I'm just gonna do my brows. But I had family members that flew in to watch my graduation. And my mom was like, hey, why don't you, as a thank you, like, give your paintings to like different family members? When I tell y'all that I was absolutely sad for a while giving up my paintings, because I was so attached to these like artwork, and I was really sad. I didn't really express it to my mom. She really wouldn't have known, but I was really sad that I decided to just listen to what she told me, and I gave away a lot of art pieces that I was so proud. I put so much effort into. And it's funny because now I'm like, I can draw something so awesome and I have no problems ripping it and just starting to do something new. And during the pandemic, like, I found it really hard to just let go of certain pieces. And sometimes when you're creating, like, you have to learn to just like call it quits and just start doing something else. Ain't it funny? I feel like that's how life is sometimes. You just gotta learn when to let go and move on. I learned that with my art. And even though I just posted a rose video, I like how it came out, but I know I could do better. And I'm gonna probably work on that this weekend to improve the rose, and I'll probably update y'all in the vlogs. So keep an eye out on my vlogs. Okay, the next question is, how do you get inspired to create new work? I've noticed that I get inspired by, I'm not even gonna say nature. I get on Pinterest. A lot of the inspiration for my work has been women. I do find it very easy to draw women, and I also seek inspiration by artist vlogs, even though I know it's not recommended to do that because you just don't want your work to be influenced. One artist that I swear every time I see her vlogs, it just makes me want to sketch while she's talking and she's painting. Her name is Valerie, and I'm gonna put like her link here so you guys can see. She studies fine art. So when I was younger, I really wanted to study fine arts, but you know, there's always a but. At the time, my mom was like, you need to do something practical. You need to do something that's gonna make you money, you know, the whole shebang. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll become a veterinarian. That didn't happen. And I'm actually really happy that it didn't, because now I get to, like, I kind of feel like I'm at a point in life where I'm grateful where I'm at, I'm grateful where I'm going, and I'm grateful where I've been. And I'm really happy to share my YouTube journey, and who knows, like, I'm now introducing my artwork on my channel, and I do want it to be much more frequently. And it's a medium where I feel the most at peace. I feel happy when I sketch. I feel like time goes by when I sketch. What I wanted to study as a kid, I'm studying it like now with YouTube, Pinterest. There's a book that I want to get that is about fine art portraits, and I just like the style. And I really wanted to go to New York. There was a period where I wanted to go to New York and study fine arts, just like traditional fine arts. And it's kind of like, now me being 27 going to 28, I am just self-learning, listening to videos, like doing little studies, and doing exactly what my younger self wanted to do at her own pace. Fine art inspires me. I feel like an old artist that I really like that inspires me is Monet. Fine arts, flowers, fashion definitely inspires me, because I'd be seeing some outfits and I'm like, oh my god, I need to draw this. And an artist that does that is Sailor Moon. Like the old Sailor Moon mangas, she loved fashion. She would integrate fashion with like what the Sailor Scouts would wear, or what the villains would wear, like with the couture. That is so cool. I love that. Bits and pieces that inspire me. I always make it like a rule to always carry a sketchbook, hence why I carry my tote everywhere, and I always have like a book on me. If you had $1,000 to spend on a designer item, what would you buy and why? Either the Hermes sandals in gold or black, whatever's available, or the Chanel sling bags. Why? They're timeless pieces. The next question is, what is your dream designer bag? My dream bag? Okay, my dream bag, like my obtainable one, I have two. I have like the obtainable one and like the pinnacle. I feel like my pinnacle dream bag right now that I would like to get in the next few years is the Lady D in patent red. That is my dream bag at the moment. If like price was not an option, like if money was no option, like girl, you can just get one bag, I would definitely get the Hermes Birkin 30 in either black or emerald green. I really like the emerald green bag. Just think it looks really pretty. I like the croc. Like I like the croc, the black patent croc Birkin bag. Not basic bag. I want me a croc bag. But right now, the bag that I'm kind of like, because I love the Celine bag. I want to get it. But that's more like, I kind of feel like the Celine bag is more casual in a way. So yeah, those are like my two dream bags. I would say Chanel, but dude, go vintage. If you're going to do Chanel, just go vintage. Chanel's doing the thing because I think that's exactly what they want people to do. Next question. What sparked your interest in art? Like I am a very hands-on person. Like I love anything that has to do with just being creative. With art, I don't know, like that's the one thing that I've done that's like something that I've consistently just stuck with. I've stuck with art my whole life since I was like a kid. Art excites me because it's always changing. There's so many mediums you can do. And the mediums that I'm always like the most drawn to is gouache and watercolor. You need patience to work with those two mediums because again, like you go from doing acrylic, and acrylic is very controlled. The one that I haven't really dug myself too much into has been oil, and you need to be very patient with oils because oils takes days to dry. There's different materials that you need to do, and a lot of like the old artwork is oil, but it's a lot. Like when you're doing oil art pieces, it's very intimidating to me because you have to do like a layer, like a thin layer of the paint to just outline everything, and then you start building the color up. The same process goes for watercolor and gouache because you have to build up the paint, and it's water activated. So you have to just be quick with what you're doing, and just know that if you put a lot of color first, it's very hard to pull that back. The last question is, what's the best advice you could give to new creators? Don't think about it too much. Just do it. Just do it. And don't judge yourself so harshly on whatever you put out first. We all look back and we all think it's a very cringe. Oh my god, my first video ever on YouTube is very cringe to me now. But it's out. And you can't be so in your head about it. And know that there's room for everyone too. So know that there's room for everyone. Just do it and don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, that's it for the questions. So I'm just gonna focus on creating this look. It's giving me real 90s vibes. Okay. I actually really like it. Guys, life is like a disco. No matter how much the music keeps changing, you will just keep dancing. Literally. So today, that's from Jumping the Broom, that movie. I love that scene. We're gonna make some rosy cheeks. Bold. Cheeks are bold. This is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my get ready / Q&A video. If you like videos like this, content like this, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications.